I'd like to call to order the meeting of June 4th, 2019. Would you all please stand for the invocation of pledge of allegiance to the flag?
Lord, we acknowledge your presence among us tonight, and we pray for your guidance during this meeting. Give us the wisdom to work in the best interest of everyone in our community. In your name we pray. Amen.
I think the Cub Scouts from Pack 16 are going to lead us in the pledge. Whenever you're ready.
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
How you guys want to do it?
I will do my best to do my duty, to guard my country, to live without law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Good job. Nice job. Thank you, guys. Have roll call, please. Here. 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 Here.
Here.
Here.
Mason?
Here.
Willard?
Here.
Hudson?
Here. You all received the meeting minutes for May 21st. Any comments or questions on those? Hearing none, they'll stand as presented. You received the Park Recreation and Cemetery Board meeting minutes from May 20th. Any comments on those? Well, we'll move right into the manager's report.
Okay, so we're still working on that Grand Beverly Storm Avenue, Ray Avenue, Beverly Drive Stormwater Project. We're finishing that paperwork up, and we'll be sending that later this month. The door stand, that first door event is Friday night from 5 to 8, and the stands are in that we ordered, and also the trucks will be here Thursday, and the businesses are getting their own wristbands. The negotiating committee is considered another industrial park project, so it's going to be going to the school probably later this month. The Mirror Lake project's almost done. The ribbon cutting is the 22nd, but the concrete around the pavilion number 4 is all finished. And that was part of the city project. And then the blacktop is part of their project that they did. And then we did put the new fountain in. It looks pretty nice. Looks a lot like the old one, so it's pretty neat. That realty agency, Bergen Associates, has come into Columbiana to educate the agents, builders, and bankers. It was a really nice event. A lot of you were there. A couple hours. Actually, a few of them have reached out to us and followed up calls and questions and some leads. So I think it's a really good thing, and I think it'll happen again. Other real estate agents will take advantage of it. We did have the CRA, as far as industrial, has been gaining some interest, so we've got a couple projects that we've been working on. The 7 and 14 loop, that's the electric line that's going to go from the north substation out towards Route 7. All the poles are in, and we're stringing up the line. We've been planning that project for probably about 3 or 4 years. We have that Town Center and Associates, that consultants from Pennsylvania that are coming over and working with our downtown, and they're starting on a 3-month study on downtown. It's going to try to help educate us on what we may need to do for downtown. Street department, lots of potholes being filled. We raised some more manholes, we're ready to, start that paving project. Actually, the, grinding company should be there next week. And again, they should be there at night, and they're gonna start on about 7 first, and then back on 14, and then work their way into town. We did, start the sidearm mowing this week, for the last couple of weeks. And, we have been a little short-handed in a couple of departments. The water department, we do have that water, well number 5 is, now has its backup generator. We'll be putting that in service, later this week. Had a couple, service line repairs, a couple sewer line repairs, and, down at pavilion number 1, we ran water from there up to the Mirror Lake, Memorial. The crews actually, burrowed underneath the road down there and back up so we can have water, for the crews that will be watering the plants up there. The wastewater, plant did well in the recent rain events. We did start the annual testing in the labs, and we had service an aerator, timer, since the last meeting. Park and cemetery, done a lot of burials, the pool is open. We did have some, startup issues. We did start, early on with those, but we did have to order some other parts, and, I think we've got everything going on, now. Again, we're very busy, short-handed in that department too. Electric department, getting ready to work with Graph Electric on the Mirror Lake, electric. So, right out in front of pavilion number 4, we need to install some electric service for those new pumps. There's gonna be 6 waterfalls up by the pavilion number 4. There'll be 3 on each side of the current fountain, and, we should have that electric service done, next week. We did hire a new lineman, apprentice. As I said, the poles have been set for the loop, and we pulled wire from Royal Brookdale to Heck Road. That was the initial threading of the loop project, is where they started. I do have a little report from Sergeant Wade Bowley. He's our school resource officer, and got through a year. He averaged 8 miles a day walking on campus. Thought that was pretty neat. The chief shared that with me. His goal really was to be visible there, establish positive rapport with the student body. He did a really good job of doing that and keeping the chief and I informed. Really got into working with them. And not to get into the total weeds here, but the chief shared with me, these are just the incidents, just a report that he printed out. Last month we honored our dispatchers at one point. This year, dispatcher week or whatever. This is 1 month of incidences in our small little town. There's over 1,000 incidences, and that's not just a call that they take. So we're a little city here, but we've got many calls. So, it's just, especially if there's a major event or something, the phone definitely rings off the hook. But these are just individual events, not just calls. So it's just pretty impressive. It's kind of overwhelming. They do a great job. Brian, that's all I have.
You all received the bill list for June 4th. Any comments or questions on it? No, there's no old business. Due to the length of the ordinances, can I have a motion to read them by title only?
Second.
Any comments? Roll call.
Becker?
Yes.
Souter?
Yes.
McBain?
Yes.
Liston?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes.
Noel?
Yes.
Ordinance number 19-0-3005, first reading. An ordinance setting a salary and establishing a position and other conditions of employment for the Director of Finance of the City of Columbiana.
So moved.
Second. Any comment? A roll call?
Sauber,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
Buggs,
Yes.
Noel,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Ordinance number 19-0-3006, first reading. An ordinance setting a salary and establishing a position and other conditions of employment for the Chief of Police of the City of Columbiana.
So moved.
Second. Any comments? Roll call, please.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
Buggs,
Yes.
Noel,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Sauber,
Yes.
Ordinance number 19-0-3007, first reading. An ordinance setting a salary and establishing a position and other conditions of employment for the Superintendent of Light and Power of the City of Columbiana.
So moved. Second.
Any comments? Roll call?
Liston,
Yes.
Buggs,
Yes.
Noel,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Sauber,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Ordinance number 19-0-3008, first reading. An ordinance setting a salary and establishing a position and other conditions of employment for the wastewater superintendent of the City of Columbiana.
So moved. Second.
Any comments? Roll call?
Buggs,
Yes.
Noel,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Sauber,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
Ordinance number 19-0-3009, first reading. An ordinance setting a salary and establishing a position and other conditions of employment for the street superintendent for the City of Columbiana.
so moved.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call?
Noel,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Sauber,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
Buggs,
Yes.
Ordinance number 19-0-3010, first reading. An ordinance setting a salary and establishing a position and other conditions of employment for the Park and Cemetery Superintendent of the City of Columbiana.
So moved. Second.
Any comments?
Glad to see he's here this evening, taking an interest in well-being.
Have roll call?
Becker,
Yes.
Sauber,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
Buggs,
Yes.
Noel,
Yes.
Ordinance number 19-0-3011, first reading. An ordinance setting a salary and establishing a position and other conditions of employment for the Public Safety Vehicle Service Supervisor of the City of Columbiana.
so moved.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call?
Sauber,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
Buggs,
Yes.
Noel,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Ordinance number 19-0-3012, first reading. An ordinance setting a salary and establishing a position and other conditions of employment for the Water Superintendent of the City of Columbiana.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call?
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
Buggs,
Yes.
Noel,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Sauber,
Yes.
at this point, I know that Cub Scouts have some questions that they want to ask council. Is that correct? So you gotta come up and,
Is that my phone right there?
yeah, you gotta come up to the microphone, come up to the microphone and state your name. The floor's all yours.
What is your biggest function of being a city council member?
That's a big question.
Why is it such a hard one?
Start on something easy.
Work into that.
My 2 cents are, I think one of the biggest things that we're supposed to do up here is to represent the people that vote for us, and if they have a concern, it's our job to bring it up here and address it so that it can be addressed in the whole community.
I think being a good listener and being very transparent with what goes on in our town.
Helping to guide the town, and help it to grow in a right and responsible way.
Tony Baglama,
Is it turned on?
Yeah.
Is it?
speak up there. Tony Baglama, what is the mission of the council?
Can you say it one more time?
What is the mission for the council?
What is the mission of the council?
Okay. I think we're all gonna have to work tonight.
Well, one of the things the council does is, the city is actually, most of the functions of this city, or a lot of the functions of the city, administratively are handled by our, city manager. But we serve to, make sure that the city manager is following the charter, and, everything that he does, he brings to us to request, final approval of council before any money of the community is spent. And I think that's probably one of the biggest functions that we have, is to make certain that the citizens' money and taxes are used wisely.
What has the council done for the city of Columbiana?
This council? I think we've done quite a bit. I think the biggest thing that this council has done, because councils are like seated in two years at a time, right? So I think over the last 2 years, this council is responsible for lowering healthcare costs in the city by about $500,000 every single year. They're responsible for creating new incentives for business to want to come here so that there are more jobs. And if there's more jobs, then homes get filled and more people want to move here. And if more people move here, then there's more stores and more places to shop. So they've been working on those types of things. And at the same time, they're also trying to protect the community and ensure that we have the best employees, from police to streets to ambulance drivers and fire departments. All of the infrastructure that makes the city grow and safe, that's what they've done.
Christian Pasquale,
You got that good.
what is your most important responsibility?
I think it's a financial responsibility for the city.
Why did you want to be a government leader?
I did.
I think you'll probably find that answer with everybody else.
Honestly, I started out myself as a Girl Scout way back when I was in kindergarten, and it was always something I wanted to do, was to serve my community, whether it was volunteering as a Girl Scout or when I got into high school, National Honor Society. serving in my military, that's just been a part of who I am, is being involved in my community in that way.
When I ran 4 years ago, honestly, somebody asked me to run, and I did. But I have honestly come to really love this town, feel responsible for it, and I want to see it grow, and I want to see it grow correctly. And that's why I want to be here.
I would like to say that, just like your scout leaders over here, they're giving back to the community by helping you young men shape your lives. And so I think we all want to give back to our communities that has been so good to us over many, many years. And we want to try to just do something to give back to the community.
All right, Jake,
Easy questions.
We need a softball, these have been very hard.
How many members are on council?
Jake Zippy, what is the most favorite and least part of your job?
Favorite part?
What is the most favorite and least part of your
Least
job?
favorite and favorite. For me, my favorite part is marrying people. That's been fun, because, it's a very intimate moment that not too many people get to share, and being a part of that has been very, very neat. My least favorite part is that you can never make more than 50% of people happy with any decision that you make. So when you make a decision and you vote on it, you know somebody's not going to be happy with it. So that's the worst part. I think everyone up here wants to do what they believe is right, with the information that they're given, and sometimes if you don't have all the information, it looks wrong. And hearing negative things in the community that you know are the right thing to be done, that's probably the worst part of the job. It gives you thick skin after a while, you get used to it, but it's not fun.
The election time coming up, would you run again?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And two of us here are running again for,
I'm not running because I'm actually moving out of city limits, but I'm actually working on running for a different position within the community I'm moving to. So, yes.
I'd like to come back to that least favorite part. I don't know that there really is one. I think everyone up here does the best they can for all of you, and you especially, keeping you safe, making sure that our schools are open every day, making sure that we have good sidewalks to walk on, okay, things like that. So, in the reference to that, instead of thinking about your least favorite glass being half empty, always think about that glass being half full.
My name is Chase Tamaka, how hard is it to be the mayor?
How hard is it? It's not too hard. We have a lot of really good people that run the day-to-day of the city. I don't have to. You have to be pretty comfortable communicating and speaking to people. And whenever I was your age, I was really, really not. So part of doing this, I think it makes you grow and be able to be comfortable talking in front of large groups of people. That takes some getting used to. But other than that, I normally say whatever is on my mind. And you usually, to do that, have to at least be very educated in what you're saying, because you know that somebody is going to have a different opinion. So you can't just flippantly say things without having facts to guide you. So the time that it takes to do that, that's probably one of the toughest parts, because I have a full-time job, I have a family, I have kids in school. They're all at home right now playing and hanging out outside while I'm here. So those are parts that people probably don't think about whenever they think that you do this. It's pretty much a volunteer job. But it's wonderful. I've been here since 2009. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't still be here. That said, I do believe in term limits. I don't believe that anybody should sit in any one position in government. If the president doesn't do it for more than 8 years, I don't think anyone else should either. So my opinion is that you can do something and love doing it and still walk away.
And how many times have you been elected?
3. I've been in city council 1 time, and I'm on my 2nd term as mayor. So this is my 5th year. Thank you.
You guys did a real good job. There were some challenging questions.
In 9 years in here, I think those are the best questions I've seen.
Pretty good.
I bet you guys have deeper questions than sometimes the adults that sit in those chairs have. Any other comments from the public or anything you want to address council this evening? If not, we'll go into council comments.
I have one issue that I'd like to talk about a little bit and see how council feels about it. We're pretty much on a full year of experience with the food trucks in our community, and I think it would be very appropriate for us to go back and look at the legislation, review it, see what's working, what isn't working. I'd like to know things like how many and who have received licenses. One of the things I've noticed is when you walk up to a food truck, there's no way to tell whether or not it has a license. So I'm thinking that we may need to modify things so that we have something where the person has to have a little placard or something up in the window that, showing that he has a license and the time frame that license is good for. I just think there's a potential for a lot of different questions that we need to go back and see whether or not things are working the way we thought we were asking to work, and are there things that we may now want to change with a year's worth of experience in this function. So I'd like to propose that we ask the city manager to look into this for a future meeting and give us a report on the kinds of issues. Anybody who has other questions related to food trucks may want to provide him with input. I sent him an email a while back that had a list of things I thought were important. And I think anybody here that has those feelings, thinks that this is an important issue, we should do the same prior to the meeting.
I think it'd be a good idea to also solicit comments from the vendors themselves. I see if it's working for them too.
Yeah, there's some things like, I know that when we set up the fee structure, we were calculating, I don't know exactly how you did it, Brian, but it seemed like it was almost as if a food truck could be here every day for a month. Well, the reality of it is most of them are here for maybe 1 or 2 days over a weekend. Very few are here during weekdays anymore, other than Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, I think we did a couple of different types.
Yeah.
There was like a 6-month or 1 year, like single.
Yeah, and I also think that they've done a terrific job. I was very concerned about the debris coming from the customers of the food trucks, filling the waste cans and everything, and I think they've done an excellent job of keeping the city clean. You may want to consider, taking off the $2 charge or whatever for garbage collection, because they've done a very good job since everything went in place to do that. So I just think it's important for us to review it, find out what's working, what isn't working, both from our standpoint and the food truck standpoint, and then see what changes we need to make, if any.
That's good.
Over the Memorial Day weekend, just like to say thank you for all of my observances of our safety forces, our park personnel. There's a lot of things out there, and things seem to really run smoothly. The other thing was kudos out to our scouts because it got quite warm, and they were out there in force and passing out water as needed. And also, I was very pleased to see that they gave flags out to all of our veterans. I think that's very important because They are leaving this earth every day. I just want to comment, we were supposed to have a flyover, we've had that for years. There was a mechanical issue, and, you know, they didn't get a phone call into us fast enough to be able to announce it. So, you know, everyone knows exactly what happened there.
I thought it was a wonderful service that all you did.
I'd like to give kudos to the cemetery workers, because I know they're up against it with all the rain we've had, and it looked very nice.